Oi, bam bam, hey. Ooh, oh yeah, oh. Ooh. Now I'm gonna make the baddest salad you ever have in your life. You see me? Yo, walk with me when we make this nice kale, okra, avocado. Yo, the salad y'all got bad. Walk with me. Let's go. Woo. Peace, love, light, harmony, and abundance. You already know it's Ascension being coming at you with another recipe for today. And yeah, I'm feeling a little bit jovial, a little bit loving, a little bit off the scales of love and emotion. But listen. With this recipe here, the most important, the most intrinsic, the most minute, the most simple, the most meticulous, the most other word in the dictionary that I haven't figured out yet. The most important part of this recipe right now is what you're doing right now. You're probably laughing at me. You probably smiling like, what the heck is wrong with this kid? Like, he's wildin'. Well, you know what? For this recipe, you're going to need an abundance of love, affection, care, harmonious vibration. I want you to pulsate on all 13 chakras. Just get around right now. Just get aligned. Align all your chakras. Feel fulfilled, feel abundant and radiant, because you really going to have to put your love and your hands into this one. We're going to make some kale salad for today. Let's get it. All right, my beautiful people. Now, this is what you're going to need for this beautiful kale salad for today. Not a knife in the way. Whoop. Be careful with all pointy objects, people. Please, please, please. But anyway, you're going to need some beautiful, beautiful curly kale. All right, you're going to need some kale for this kale salad. Obviously, it's called the kale salad. That wouldn't make much sense, right? So you need some kale. You could also use some dark leafy red kale as well. But red kale is a little bit more stronger of a leaf. Ooh, watch my crystal, I might break everything. So you know you want to keep that in mind. But for right now, we're going to use some nice kale that we're going to be massaging. You're also going to need some scallion. You're going to need some dandelion. You're going to need some bell peppers, some dates, some red onion, avocado. You can use a fresh avocado as well, because I cut this earlier. Also too, you're going to need some Himalayan sea salt. You can either use pink Himalayan sea salt, some black volcanic salt, or some red salt. You want some herbal mix of your choice. This is alternative. You could, you know, this is to your option, to your taste content, or your heart's content, right, is what they say. You're also going to need some cayenne powder. Now, I got this organically in bulk. You already know I like to do the bulk. If possible, it's cheaper, so it's a lot better. And you also going to need some ginger. Look at me leaving out my ginger over here. So you're going to need a little bit of ginger as well. And we're going to make a beautiful salad. Oh yeah, you're going to need a nice little big bowl. You're going to need a nice big bowl. Let's get started. So for this one today, what you want to go ahead and do, I went ahead and chopped up my red onions in a nice diced form to where it's a nice, you know, small consistency, right? Also did the same for my bell peppers, and also you want to cut up one small date, all right? This is optional as well as far as the date is concerned. Because I'm using things like the red onion and dandelion root, which are both very strong, but more so in the case of the herb, the dandelion. It's a very bitter electric plant right here. Dandelion is very, very good for the black biology. I like to throw it into my salads, but you know, sometimes it could be a little strong. So I like to balance out that component with some nice sweet dates. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely optional. All right. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're also gonna, just like how I cut up these bell peppers, these dates, and also these red onions, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with these dandelions. All right. So you wanna go ahead and You could put the stems in there. Just know that if you put the stems in there, the taste is gonna be a lot stronger. I personally like to use the stems, but you know, that's up to you. If you want to use the stems, you could just use the leafy part to where it's not as strong as far as the bitter taste that dandelion root definitely does have. All right, and what you want to do is you want to cut this up into very fine pieces. All right, you don't want it to be too big and chunky. You don't want them to overwhelm the overall taste of your salad. Now y'all know I'm not good with measurements, but well, I am good with measurements. I just don't like to use measurements. Let's be clear, actually. I like to just go by my taste buds, my heart's content, what I feel in the vibration, the frequency of the food, and go by there. You know what I'm saying? But I use about four to five strands of dandelion leaf. All right. So you want to go ahead and cut those up into little strands like that. You know what I mean? Make them as small as you possibly can. Like, again, you don't want it to overwhelm the taste of your salad. And you want to go ahead and cut up your scallions. Now you can use 1 to 2 scallions, depending on how much you want. Again, my measurements, I don't do all that. But you want to cut off the bottom here. And go ahead and just cut these up into pieces as well. So just cut them right down the line. Alright, so after you got those chopped up, you want to go ahead and place those to the side and start working on your kale. Now for the kale, again with the stems, you can keep the stems on there, but just know that it's going to be a lot more chewy. It's going to be a lot more crunchy on the salad. But I like to go ahead and just take the stems off for most of them. You know what I'm saying? I might keep the stems on some of them, but most of them I like to just go ahead and take the stems off. And how you do that, the easiest way, just hold it at the base, right about here at the base, and then you just pull off this way. You see? Alright. And you want to go ahead and do that for all your kale, and go ahead and chop it up. Like, you know what I'm saying, into nice small pieces. You want to chop it up and then go ahead and dump it inside of your nice big old bowl. What you want to do is have, you know, nice sliced up pieces of kale in there. But what you want to then do is take your avocado, put your avocado in there, and this is the fun part, all right? This is the part where a lot of love, a lot of vibration, a lot of frequency needs to be put inside of your food, inside of your thought, inside of your frequency, inside of just everything that you want to assimilate through this very simple meal, right? Because love and intention is everything. Intention is everything, more or less. And when you put love corresponding with that, you know, you're vibing on the right frequency. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna go ahead and get our hands in there. All right, you wanna warm up your hands. And this is a nice alternative if you don't like to steam your kale and kill off your food. You know, it is not bad for a transitional phase, but when you want to keep in all those vitamins that you get from these dark leafy greens and the phytonutrients that help assimilate within the blood, your vitamin your vitamin K, you know, your B12s, you know, all your other minerals that you could get from all this kale and all this leafy goodness. You want to keep it as kinetic, as electric, as spark as possible, right? So let's go ahead and get our hands in there and get that energy moving, all right? So what you want to do is you want to massage, you want to almost squeeze the avocado within the kale and just massage it, all right? And in doing this, you then will be also shrinkening the kale. Is that a word? Shrinkening? Let me see if I can get y'all in here in a second to check this out on the inside. But right now, we're just gonna go ahead and massage the kale in there. And as we massage it in with the avocado, you're gonna feel the kale almost shrinking just from. All right, and as we massage the kale in here, you're gonna feel the kale getting smaller within the heat of your hands, right? So you just want to move it around and just lather every piece of kale with that avocado. Now you could use more avocado than what I used. truth be told, I'm just using what I have right now. I use I used a lot of that avocado earlier this morning. You know, get that omega-3 early up in the rise. You know what I'm saying? So, but for right now, this is what I'm using. But you could feel free to use more avocado if you want to be more lathered, and it's actually probably a little bit best. So I say use a full avocado actually. So if you could recall in your memory, as far as just seeing this kale, it was a lot more plump than it is now. So the heat on my hands is massaging within the kale and giving it, you know, a much more reasonable consistency for chewing to eat as a salad as well. A lot of people say that, you know, the kale is too rough. It's a lot harder to going down as far as, you know, when they're eating it. So this is definitely a beautiful alternative for that. If you still don't want to have to steam or you know, put heat to your food, right? And after you get that done, we're gonna go ahead and throw the other ingredients up in there. You're gonna go ahead and put your scallion. I went ahead and threw the scallion and the dandelions in there as well. And we're just gonna massage everything into this avocado right now. After you get that done, and this is something fun to do with the kids as well. You know what I'm saying? They love getting messy and, you know, experimenting in that fashion. So this is definitely something that the babies, the young star seeds can help with. You know what I'm saying? Get their hands messy, and yo, it's proven, and it's just a common fact that the more engaged a child would be when it comes to the preparation of their food, the more likely they are to actually want to go ahead and eat it. So if you can't get your kids to want to enjoy some salad, they're gonna love this one. It's gonna taste so good. It's gonna have a little bit of the sweetness in there as well. But if you're having a little bit of a hard time getting the babies to really want to, you know, eat some greens and, you know, eat the way mommy or daddy is looking to eat, this is a beautiful transition. Get them more involved. So you want to go ahead and dump your onions in there, right? And all your other ingredients, right? Your onions, your bell peppers. All right. I'm gonna leave the dates for last. I like those on the top because we're gonna mix all this in again once more. All right. And then also too, what you want to do? Remember that piece of ginger? You just want to cut off a piece. And just use your knife to skin off the outer layer of the ginger. You just want to go ahead and grate a little bit of ginger in there. Yo, me grating this ginger probably look mad funny on camera right now. So don't make fun of me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, guys. It's not funny. But yeah, alright, so boom. You want to just go ahead and grate that ginger in there. You dig what I'm saying? And watch your fingers. You know what I mean? Don't cut yourself. Talking about, oh, I was on Ascending Beings channel when he said to do it. Y'all trying to get me, right? No, sir. Woo. Alright, so after you go ahead and do that, you then want to add your salt. You're gonna give it that flavor of fun. Alright. So you don't have to be too shy with the salt, but you don't want to OD at the same time. Alright. And then you want to get your cayenne and sprinkle your cayenne in there. And this is all to your heart's content. If you want to be spicy, if you don't want to be as spicy, that's all up to you. Me, I like my blood to flow when it comes to these meals right here. So and then if you have these herbal, this is just an Italian blend of sage, oregano, thyme, basil, rosemary. You know what I'm saying? So those nice little herbs right there. One dash a little bit of them in there. So boom, 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 boom. Yeah, stuff. Alright. You don't know, so the iEye can cook a well meal. You know what I mean? Yeah. Them when you have to go on in the kitchen, man. You have to enjoy your food. So boom, boom, boom. This is just how to come out, y'all. I didn't really put that much, trust me. Alright, so again, it's up to you and to your heart. So that's how the inside is about to look. And you know what you're gonna do next. Alright, so after you get everything in there, you wanna just go ahead and mix it up again. Mix it on up. Mix it on up to the side. You know what I mean? You wanna go ahead and get everything well mixed in there. Evenly distributed. You know what I mean? Get everything in there, everything. So there you got it, guys. Some nice kale, avocado salad. I actually didn't have any more okra, so but this right here is a beautiful spicy with some alcas in the That's right. Yeah.